We will today, in the 6th class of this Mantra Yoga series, we will look at mindful mantra repetition. You've heard of the word mindful. It's current because of its usage. It's become very popular. It means nothing but just plain simple attention. The mind is fragmented because there are so many forces within and there are so many factors without, external, that the mind to engage with all these systems needs to be working overtime to bring the mind together, reduce the external and internal factors, and become aware is called mindfulness. Now, when you talk about mindfulness, where is the mind? For now, for our practices, what we will do is think of the mind as a kind of a deeper layer within. And then we've been asked to be mindful by watching the breath. What is that? Is mind the breath or breath the mind? No. This breath or vital energy or vital force is slightly external to the mind sheath, the mind level. Okay. And more external to that level of the breath, the vital force, is called the gross body. As simple as that. What happens is the mind first has, this is the third layer, as you can see, it is called Anandamaya Kosha, is nothing but a level, a sheath. And then we have the gross body, the physical body. It's called Anandamaya. It means that which is made out of food. This whole gross body is made out of food. Food in the sense of materials, gross materials. The vital force is made out of that, you can say, we have 5 factors. We'll go into that later. We have then the mental sheath. The mano is mind. It's a mental sheath or mental level. And deeper than that is the intelligence sheath. And still deeper is the sheath of bliss. And beyond all these coverings is what is called the individual soul. Now we know what we are composed of. We've put covers or layers after layers above this individual soul. We are going to do 2 things. First is we are going to target the vital force sheath. The sheath that's just internal, more deeper than the physical body. Now the body is enlivened with this vitality. And so is the mind. You must understand the mind also has vitality, but it has borrowed its vitality from the vital sheath. So the vital sheath, the vital level, the vital force suffuses the gross body and the mind body. If you get this correct, then it's easy to practice the repetition of a mantra. Now, what is mindfulness? Okay, we've seen what is mindfulness. We've seen what is the basis of breath. And there's another factor here. The breath we breathe, actually what happens, it is nothing but the lungs expanding and contracting, and that also means the diaphragm expanding and contracting. There is a force within you that expands and contracts your lungs. Your whole body is run by that force. Okay, it is not just plain breath, it enables breathing. To get to this vital sheath, the vital force level, you enter it through the breath. It is not the same as breath. Many people, they mistake pranayama with the breath. No, that is the entry point. Okay, now this is important. Now, as the vital force is one, but it has 5 functions. When it is engaged in the processes of breathing, it's situated here. When it is in the process of excretion, it is in the lower part of the body, the colon, etc. And there is something called, your whole body has a kind of a small temperature, heat, which sustains the body. That also has a seat here. Okay. Now that helps in digestion also. It's here in the solar plexus. The Vyana, that is, so we have 5. Prana, then we have the Apana, we have the Samana here, we have Vyana, that is spread out all over the body, the heat, it sustains us. And the Udana, that which lifts the mind or lifts the individual soul out. It is generally kind of very active when the soul has to leave the body. Okay, so it is situated here in the. We don't need to get into that Udana, that is the one that lifts you up, but it is that which gives this body a kind of a buoyancy. You know, your body, a living body is more buoyant than a dead one. You noticed? It may weigh the same. You may weigh 150 pounds alive, and you may weigh the same 150 pounds when one is dead. But a dead body has kind of, you might break your back trying to lift that 150 pounds. But a 150 pound living body is much easy to kind of lift. That's because of the Udana. It gives the lightness for the whole system. So we have one prana divided into 5 functions. You don't need to remember all of them. Just remember that it's spoken about these things as according to its various functions. One subdivided into 5. But now what we are interested in, the prana which has a seat here. It's located here. Now when we are going to practice, we'll go to the steps. We are going to take 5, you can say, steps, and along with that we are going to join the mantra. Okay, it's not just plain mindfulness with the mantra and its repetition. So the first stage is when you sit down. Okay, you begin inhaling and exhaling. Keep a silent thought, I am aware. You are aware of inhaling and you're aware of exhaling the breath. It's kind of, you run through that whole length of the breath as it's entering in your nostrils and become aware of that air being exhaled to the nostrils. So the first is inhale and exhale with the silent thought, I am aware. Then the next one is, when we are talking about that I am aware of the in breath, I am aware of the out breath, there is a slight break between these two, you can say, movements of the breath. In the second stage, what you do is, don't break that awareness between breaths. It has to be kind of circular. That's why we put a slide like, it's kind of circular. You're aware of the breath entering your nostrils, and at the same time, again, you're aware of the breath exiting your nostrils. Okay? There has to be no break. And the second stage is, I know it. Keep a silent thought. I am aware, I know it. I know my in-breath and I know my out-breath. Let it flow. Let one merge into the other, and it's kind of circular. It may look kind of that a little not graphic to the subject matter, but you get the idea what exactly it is. Okay. Then we have the next, you join the mantra, a part of the mantra or one syllable of the mantra with the inhalation, and the next part of the mantra or one syllable with the exhalation, with the silent thought, I own it. Now when we come to this stage, remember, we are going to feel the breath in the upper chest. Okay. This is important. You have the thought, I own it here. And then the next, you can say, step is, you need to keep your awareness here in the solar plexus or even below, near the navel. You have a silent thought, I embody it. Okay. What are you going to do? Like your breath is embodied. Obviously, you don't have a breath that's moving around here. A person breathes, that person embodies a breath. So the mantra is embodied. You will embody it. There are many people who practice mantra repetition. The mantra is one thing and the person is another thing. No. Both these things have to be combined. Both these things have to coalesce. Both these things have to become one. You and the mantra are one. The breath was just a kind of an instrument you used to embody the mantra. Can't we just embody the breath? You already embody the breath, though imperfectly, because if we would have done it properly, we would have had a grip on our emotions through our breath. That is another technique, we will see it in the future. But the mantra has to be embodied by you through this practice. Last time we spoke about the awakening of the mantra. What awakens the mantra? The mantra is not dead, but it is dormant. It is sleeping. It needs to be awakened. And we have seen these two forces that are acting on each and everything also act on the mantra. So they need to be combined and it awakens. And as it awakens, it has to be embodied in the deepest part of you, in that third layer of the mind, the level of that Anandamaya Kosha. And as you keep on embodying it in your kind of establishing it in your mind, it will slowly, as I say, it's like a kind of osmosis effect. It will move slowly into this Vijnanamaya, the deeper intelligence layer, and then it will suffuse also the bliss sheath, the bliss level of sheath. Okay. This, if this is clear, yeah, now we can kind of proceed. But before we can do that, most of us, when we try to sit down to meditate or get into a kind of a practice, a repetition of the mantra, we come sit down and start immediately. Why are you in a big hurry? You need to have a kind of a grip over your actions even before you come and sit down, either in a chair or a sofa, but learn to keep your back straight, that's important, and your neck and head in a straight line. Sit down anywhere, but this is the principle, because most of the activity runs around the spinal column. Once you do that, and people rush, they sit down, and they've got a kind of a grimace on their face and the kind of contorted features. No, relax, have a half smile. You're doing something that's pleasant. You're not going to torture yourself with this kind of practice. It's going to be a happy thing, because after you embody that mantra has a power to awaken that deep joy within you. And that is important in life and in every aspect of life, especially when you're practicing. Otherwise, the practice will become dry after a couple of years or a couple of months, because your initial enthusiasm wanes and you need that constant inspiration. That joy will be your inspiration. So you get these first steps clear. Okay, sit down, relax, okay, keep a half smile, and don't bother about the eyeballs kind of moving under the eyelids, etc. They will become steady as you keep on becoming aware of your breath, in breath and out breath. So the first step is inhale and exhale. Now, I don't want you to breathe in deeply or breathe out deeply. No, you are going to breathe normally. When you generally sit down, when you're relaxed, your breath slows down. Okay, that is the rhythm that you're going to watch, and with a silent thought, I am aware. Okay. Become aware of the breath rushing through your nostrils. It's cooler than the breath that's leaving your nostrils, which is warmer. Try to feel that temperature difference, please. Focus, focus. Keep that silent thought, I am aware. One shouldn't do these things mechanically. I am aware of my in-breath. I am aware of my out-breath. The next step is I know my breath entering and exiting. Keep your attention as the breath exits and enters. It has to be it's like a circular movement. Don't break that awareness. Use that silent, you can say word, I know my breath entering and exiting. Now we come to the third stage. Okay. Now become aware of the breath in the upper part of your chest with the silent thought, I own it. Use your mantra that you have, any mantra that you like, or you can use Om Shri Ram. Om Shri Ram. Join Om with the in-breath, Shri with the out-breath, Rama again with the in-breath. Again repeat the cycle. Let it be cyclical. Don't force your breath. Breathe naturally. But now you have joined a syllable or a word with your breath. Become aware of your chest heaving up and down. Your breath fills your chest and deflates it. Inflation, deflation. Remember to keep a silent thought of I own it. I own this mantra. Om Shri Rama. Om Shri Rama. Om Shri Rama. Repeat it mentally. Let it flow with your breath, please. Now go to the next step. Become aware of your diaphragm rising and falling. Inhale with the mantra. Exhale with the mantra. And feel that you embody this mantra. that the mantra is part of you. Relax all your facial muscles. Keep a half smile on your face, please. Okay, take long deep breaths and slowly open your eyes. This is the process. Okay, join the mantra with your breath. Don't do it immediately. Wait for the breath to settle, becoming aware of the breath. Then think, I know the breath. Okay, and I own the breath. And then finally, I embody that mantra. This is how you slowly, you get in deeper and deeper and deeper into you. The important thing is, keep your mind for the time being just on the breath, which is now yoked to the mantra. And let the breath suffuse that or diffuse that mantra all through your body. Your mind level, your vital force level, and also the physical. You will find the mantra then vibrating in your gross body. It will vibrate in your life systems. It will vibrate in your mind. There will always be a background, slow, steady vibrations. Okay, it's a tremendous feeling of, can say, joy that you will feel when you and the mantra have become identified as one. Okay. This much for today. We'll open the session for questions. Do we have any questions?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Pranam Swami. I saw your mantra yoga classes and got inspired to repeat mantra. Since I feel close to Holy Mother, is there some mantra of her that I could do japa of without diksha for now?
Yes, you can do it, of course. And it's a good thing that you are attracted to the Divine Mother, because she is the power behind the universe, behind all bodies. So when you are repeating her name, just take her name. Om Shri Sharda. That is good enough. So remember, she is not a personality only, but behind that personality is the reality, which is the mother of the universe. So later on you will find that she enlivens everything and everybody. Yes, please go ahead with that. Okay, I'll just take this up. I am regularly doing japa. I actually visualize my Ishta Deva and mentally do puja of him with the repetition of mantra. Am I doing right? Because I feel some irritation between two eyes. Why should you feel irritation between two eyes? Your consciousness is here. And because you may be kind of, as I say, screwing your eyes shut or kind of furrowing your brow, you could feel a kind of a keep calm, relaxed, and keep your consciousness here and here. We are used to thinking here because of the cortex, the cerebral cortex is here. Yeah. But the mind does not only exist here. The mind exists everywhere. And now they are saying that the biome, their gut is a second brain. Yeah, good for us. Good for us Vedantins. Now they are coming to us because there are neurons found even there. Okay. So it's an old habit. Try not to have your consciousness here between the sides. Do it precisely. Repeat a mantra precisely, clearly. It has to be a very smooth articulation. Do the puja meticulously. That's important. You will not find any irritation between the eyes. Okay. Yeah. So we again meet next. Do you have any questions? Yeah. Good. Durga has kind of. So we can.
We just came one question.
Okay, we have just I am a student. What should I pray to Ramakrishna before studying for better memory? Ramakrishna will tell you to go and meditate. But when you pray to any deity, remember one thing. This is not a kind of a shopkeeper's kind of religion. A shopkeeper's pray, I'll give you this and give you exchange for that. No. Swami Vivekananda says, pray for knowledge, pray for light, pray for illumination, pray for purity, pray for love, pray for compassion and kindness. If you have these qualities, you become unstoppable. Especially keep this idea that prayer for knowledge is the highest form of prayer. Also, you can pray for unselfishness. Okay? Learn to be unselfish. And you will find your mental faculties becoming sharper and sharper as time goes on. Okay, there we are. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.